Good evening, I'm Brendan Miller. We begin tonight at Queen's Park. This week, Coetanung MPP Sal Mamakwa continued to hold the Ford government accountable for its commitment to build a new long-term care facility in Sioux Lookout. He questioned the Minister of Long-Term Care to see if any tangible progress has taken place to make that promise a reality.
Since 2018, this government has promised to build a new long-term care facility with 76 new long-term care beds. To the Minister of Long-Term Care, what tangible steps is this government taking to deliver the long-promised 76 long-term care beds in Sioux Lookout?
I'm happy to say that today we are delivering on that commitment, and we have just recently approved a $2.5 million planning grant to be provided to Sioux Lookout Menoyawing Health Center. Speaker, this planning grant means that this 96-bed project can now advance from the planning stage of development into the construction stage.
Mamakwa then asked the minister to provide a timeline for the project's completion, but there was no direct response given. A Southside pet store is going above and beyond this holiday season to help residents from getting their packages stolen. The Dog House and More is now allowing online shoppers to ship their packages to its address as a way to deter would-be porch pirates. Jessica Clement has the story.
Porch pirates, those who steal packages left outside by couriers, is a growing concern in the country, especially during the holiday season. To help with the problem locally, the Dog House and More is now allowing residents to ship their packages to its address on Brock Street East.
I was just really tired of seeing people's stuff get stolen and nothing getting done about it. So I thought, if we can do something to help that and help our community, then therefore, maybe it might stop the problem or at least make it go down a little bit. I just don't want to see people's Christmas packages go missing and their Christmases are ruined.
Owner Karen Morell created a Facebook post on Sunday pitching her idea and didn't expect the response she would get, receiving over 400 likes and 100 comments within the hour. She explains they'll be transforming their back room, which is usually used for dog training, into a space to hold people's packages. Morell says training dies down during the holidays, meaning they'll have lots of room.
So our classes are coming to an end until into January. So we have all that space that we can use to keep packages for people and make sure that, they're in alphabetical order, etc., to make it easier for us to sort them.
Morell notes it'll cost $5 to pick up packages, which will be going towards an upcoming local dog club. She says if things run smoothly, they might continue the service after the holiday season.
We do have a lot of space in the back, so I'm more than willing to help people do it because I don't think this problem of package stealing is going to end anytime soon.
Those interested in the service are asked to contact Morell or the Dog House and More. Contact information can be found on his Facebook page. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
The municipality of Greenstone is looking into ways of making its main street safer for an anticipated raise in activity. Most of the work is centered around the roughly 50 meters of Main Street. Last month, the Greenstone Council voted to authorize over $152,000 for the engineered design work for the reconstruction of Main Street in Geraldton. That portion of the street has two right-angled turns, which could pose a hazard as mining opens up in the region, especially as the community touts itself as the passage to the Ring of Fire. Mayor James McPherson says the municipality has to be ready for how much more activity will be coming through.
This will be the fourth truck we've approved in a month, so we're up to about $2.5 million worth of vehicles for the fire departments. And because we are a large municipality of many communities, Beermore, Geraldton, Long Lac, and Nikina all have fire departments, all need trucks. So we're not a municipality of 4,500 who needs one of. We're a municipality of 4,500 who needs 4 or 5 of everything.
Council's decision came with an amendment to direct staff to request the engineers take potential traffic calming measures into consideration. The fundraising campaign to bring an MRI to the hospital in Sioux Lookout got a big boost this week. The Sioux Lookout First Nations Health Authority donated $100,000 to the Mino Yawin Health Center Foundation. Schliffna officials say, as a health service and provider and advocate for First Nations health in the region, they recognize the need to have medical services closer to home. The Meno Yawin Foundation kicked off its MRI funding campaign in December 2023, hoping to raise $7 million to make a locally available MRI a reality within Sioux Lookout. Hospital CEO Dean Osmond says they're grateful for Schliffna's big contribution towards the foundation's campaign for an MRI, which he says will help improve healthcare services for all of their patients. Those interested in modern-day lighthouse keeping will want to pick up a new book focusing on 10 years of volunteer work done by members of the Canadian Lighthouses of Lake Superior. A book launched for Lighthouse Dispatches, Ramblings of a Modern-Day Lightkeeper, written by Paul Morley, was held today at the Thunder Bay Museum. The book follows Morley's journey over a decade, documenting his work with numerous volunteers while running programs at the 3 lighthouses located on Lake Superior's North Shore. He says the book started with him writing news articles every summer about working on the lighthouses islands, resulting in over 120 different articles. The group decided to put stories together to share with the rest of the community.
The intent of the book and all the writings are to say, hey, you live in Thunder Bay or you live in the region, how about coming out to Lake Superior? How about coming to explore and learn a little bit more about where you're from and where we're going as a community. So the intent was to connect people to Lake Superior.
The book is available at Enter Shine Bookshop on Algoma Street. The Ford government and Ontario Northland have announced that the Northlander passenger train will be revived. The line connects Timmins to Toronto, and Friday afternoon, the Minister of Transportation and Ontario Northland Transportation Commission gave further details. CTV's Eric Tashner has the story.
Running full steam ahead, Ontario Northland's new passenger rail cars have a state-of-the-art design. These fully accessible trains will feature all modern-day amenities.
We're calling this the new era of the Northlander because this service marks a major step in enhancing the province's transportation.
The province is also awarding a contract to start platform reconstruction and install pre-manufactured shelters at train stops along the future corridor.
This is a project that is here forever. It should never have been canceled in 2011. The people in the north deserve to have options to commute.
The contract covers construction of 7 stops from North Bay to Cochrane. Crews will install raised concrete platforms with improved accessibility, lighting, and signage. The work also includes the installation of pre-manufactured shelters at stops in Matheson, Kirkland Lake, Temagami, and Temiskaming Shores.
The Northlander is not just about transportation. It's about strengthening connections between communities and ensuring that the service is accessible for all.
Work continues to get the rail service ready, from ticket pricing to the manufacturing of train cars. The government says it plans to award a separate contract next year for the construction of the Timmins Porcupine Station.
This contract will cover work on the train platform, station building, outdoor parking, a pedestrian walkway, bus bays, and designated passenger pickup and drop-off areas, and a municipal bus stop.
Plans are still on track to have the Northlander return in 2026. Once up and running, the rail service will operate 4 to 7 days a week based on seasonal travel demands and will include 16 stops in both directions. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Now joining me on the desk is Riley Cohen, our sports anchor. And Riley, I understand tonight there is a North Stars Walleye game, but there was also one last night?
Oh, for sure. The Battle of Highway 61 was in action last night. Another one tonight. We'll have those highlights for you after the break.